Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. We're going to talk about losing weight today. Something that so many of you are thinking about. You look in the mirror, you put your pants on, whatever it is, and you're like, man, I got to do something. And then we go, well, I'm over 40 and it's probably just going to be how it's going to go, right? I'm just going to gain weight. I'm going to get more out of shape, be less likely to be able to lose weight. My hormones are changing. Whatever it is, we can make excuses. But listen up. You don't have to, just because you're over 40 or 30 or 50 or whatever it is, you don't just have to gain weight. These are some real world tricks that you can do for your body right now. The weight I'm at right now is the same I was at 36 and the same weight I was at 26, and it doesn't have to be that way. And women, same way. We have them, sure. People come in and their weight's been going up, but we get them down to where they were when they were married, where they were before kids. A lot of different things can change if you put the work in, but you've got to know what you need to do. So welcome, love having you guys on. Pop down below where you're watching from, all over the country, all over the world. Love getting this information out to you guys. It's so crucial because it's not just about weight, because if we change what we're doing, if we get healthier, our weight changes. And that's the big thing to think about. Remember, excess body weight is a symptom of ill health. It is not the cause of ill health. Hey, Susan, great to see you. So remember, weight is going to come secondary to not being healthy. You start getting healthier and your weight starts coming off. I had a guy yesterday, he's around 60, first time he's been under 200 in probably 25 years. And I'm like, how hard was it? How come? Well, you just got to do it. It's not that challenging. Hey, Lexi, great to see you. So here we go. Here's some of the top tips that you guys can do right now. If you're over 40, even if you're not over 40, but if you're over 40, these are things that you've got to do. And the thing that I really want to emphasize is consistency. No days off. There's maybe a meal off, but there's no days off. And you've got to do it day in and day out. And so number one thing, it comes down to what you're putting in your mouth. It's the food. It's what you're putting in your mouth. And you can't out-exercise poor diet. You can't do any of these other things that you're like, man, I'm going to starve myself. I'm going to go on this magic diet and keto, Vigo, paleo, whatever it is. You need to be consistent with your eating. And a big part of that is stabilizing your blood sugar. We've talked about this 1,000 times. If you can, get a little finger prick blood sugar monitor. Brittany will pop that down below, give you guys a link to that one. Super easy. You start checking it before meals, after meals, seeing what the blood sugar is doing. If it's going too high, going too low, you've got to do more of the good stuff that keeps it in the good range, less of the bad stuff that's going to throw it out of balance. So blood sugar stabilization is a huge part of this process. Just by stabilizing blood sugar, people will start losing 5, 10, 15 pounds, even in the first 30 days. It's amazing what we see with that. Do not drink your calories. I repeat, do not drink your calories. If you've got a drink, whatever it is, from Starbucks, from any coffee, any Red Bull, Bang, any of these drinks at all that have calories in them, do not drink your calories. You want to drink water, maybe some tea. This has some bone broth and some different things in there. And it's okay to keep that blood sugar stabilized for me this way, but I'm not putting anything in that has sugar, that has any sweeteners in it, anything along those lines. We had a comment there, a big one. Let me see. That was Lexi. I've been testing my blood sugars now for the past 6 years since I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes, and all numbers are in the good range. Yes, Lexi, this is how we reverse diabetes all the time. We see these changes day in and day out. So you don't want to drink your calories. Limit your carbs and grains. People go, ooh, but it's, they say quinoa is good for me, or, eat some whole grain bread, things like that. Those are empty calories. Even a whole grain, even a gluten-free, even a natural, organic, whatever it is, really not much value to eating a grain into the diet unless you're like a long-distance endurance athlete, something along those lines. Grains and carbs really have little benefit in most people's lives. So in general, limit those maybe a few times a week. But breads and pastas and rices and grains and cereals and all those different things really don't have much place in you, especially over 40. As we age, we need, most of you aren't exercising to the extent maybe that somebody in their 20s and 30s was, so you do not need those extra calories, empty calories in there. And you want to focus on real food. You want to go out to eat as little as possible. You want to prepare real food, fruits, veggies, proteins, good fats, real food. Eat it in a relaxed environment, and it's going to make all the difference in the world. All right, number 2 is to exercise, and you need to exercise consistently, day in and day out, no days off. I was feeling a little run down this week, and yet I still got out there. I was still on the treadmill, still getting some movement, still getting some things going. Didn't do the normal routine, and yet still out there, still moving the body, getting blood flow, helping the brain, etc. So exercise consistently every single day if you've got it in you. And that doesn't mean that you've got to go for a run every day, but you do something, you get movement. It's that rhythm, it's that routine. For me, it's in the morning, get up, 450, get supplements, everything, go out to the gym and get on the treadmill and then do my workout. And so you need to get going consistently. Yes, cardiovascular is nice. Going for a walk, 1, 2, 3 miles a day is great. And yet there has to be some type of strength training in there as well. Even a 5 to 10 minute HIIT exercise. My wife's got a book out with some great workouts in their website as well, and gives you some ideas of, okay, day in and day out, can you do 5 or 10 minutes? Absolutely. It's about heart rate. We've got videos on this, and it's about intensity. You can't go over those, otherwise you will damage your adrenals and cause more problems. So you've got to exercise, but you've got to exercise consistently. There's no days off. There's no weeks off. You know, sure, you may not be, like right now, I'm not in a big strength bulking phase right now. It's more of a cardio. So I did burpees and rowing machine this morning. And not a lot of weight in there, and yet still got the heart rate up to where I wanted it to, maintain that, and feel great right now. So exercise consistently. You need to, number 3, meal prep and plan your days, plan your weeks accordingly. We have our dinners. We have the same thing planned out each day of the week. Hey Paula, great to see you. Paula's doing a great job with all these things. We need to meal prep and plan out our dinners. And so I go to Costco Monday night, and I know what to get. I know that, okay, we're gonna need this each week. We're gonna need this spaghetti sauce. We don't do spaghetti, but we put it in there. We go through these certain things. I need sardines, whatever it is. Give me a thumbs up, anybody likes sardines out there, or a thumbs down if you don't, but people love talking about sardines. So you need to meal prep, and you need to be prepared, because here's the deal. If you come home and you're hungry, whatever, it's going to be super easy just to grab some Totino's pizza or whatever you have in the freezer, or some chips, crackers, whatever it is, and not getting, hey Lexi, see, love those sardines, come on now, and not getting the consistency that you need in the food. So we've got to meal prep and plan. It doesn't have to be super complex, and it can be simple. Today, cauliflower rice, some leftover ground buffalo I had, some sauerkraut, and some avocado in there. That's it. Super simple. Took me 3 minutes to get that lunch ready, but I'm prepared. Even on the weekends, I prepare my lunch. So if we're running to a soccer game, or I got to go over to Lowe's or whatever it is, then I will be prepared. And my wife's always like, where are you going? You going to do something? I go, I don't know, but I want to be prepared and not think about, oh my gosh, I got to go through a drive-through or anything like that. So meal prep and plan your meals. It doesn't have to be complex, can be super easy. And then number 4, it's kind of a combo one here, getting proper sleep and decreasing your stress. So sleep, we've talked about this a bunch, sleep hygiene, dark curtains, cooler room, quiet, don't have your cell phone right next to you. Yep, Roxanne, spaghetti squash with pesto, love it. Check your blood sugar after that. Some people, squash can make it go up. So sleep, you want to get into that good sleep state, lavender essential oil, whatever you got to do, get off your devices, calm that down. But then stress, here's a little tip for you, and you guys may laugh at me when I say this, but my barometer to know if I am having too much going on in my life is whether I need to be looking at my calendar every day and paying attention to how many calls and all these different things. If I have to look at a calendar, besides my patients and office and all that, if I have to look at a calendar and I'm like, I got this call with this company and this one and this doctor and all these things, it's too much, and I have to take a step back. And that's my barometer. If I can keep those 3, 4, 5 things a week in my head, then I'm good. And I'm not going to be pushing it too much. And I know that stress level is going to be okay, even if there's some big decisions or whatever. But all those little details, if that is hitting me too much. So, think about that one. It may be realistic in your guys' world, maybe not. But, that's when you start saying no to certain things. You start turning things down. I've said no a lot more in my life than I've said yes, and that's been a huge bonus for myself and my family. So those are some ideas. You can lose weight when you're over 40. Absolutely, 100%. We see it all the time. 20, 25, 30, 35 pounds all the time with people when they come in. Women, hormones, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It can happen. Real food, eat, stabilize blood sugar, exercise consistently every single day. Doesn't have to be hardcore, but you gotta do something consistently. Meal plan and prep, and then you gotta get good sleep and decrease that stress. So those are some key things that you can do right now, today, and you'll start losing some weight on a regular basis. So thanks for jumping on. Pop down any questions that you have. Remember, tomorrow, Thursday, 8:30 Mountain Standard Time, we are going to be going over live Q&A, half hour, whatever you got, bring it, and I'll, if I don't know it, I'll make something up. So, all right, guys, make it a great day.